Good morning, everybody. It is almost back to school time, and I was originally going to write an article on helping to alleviate anxiety in families when they're returning to school, but instead I decided to do a little bit of an experiment, and I'm doing a video instead. So, there's that commercial on television that's, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Well, for a lot of families, it's a pretty good time of the year, but then there are some other families that struggle with high emotions, intense feelings when it's back to school time. So that's the family that I'd like to talk about today. So for many of us, what we don't recognize is that, especially as parents, what we don't recognize is the influence that we have on our children. And we think about role modeling and we think about things like that, but I'm talking about the influence that we have energetically on our children when we're trying to rush around and get ready for the back to school. We're out busy shopping, we're getting all the school supplies, there's 93 billion forms to fill out, there is new routines and new schedules, and there's extracurricular activities, and sometimes parents are, they get an opportunity to stay at home during the summer months, and then they have to ramp back up and go back to work. So there's a lot of transition happening at this time of year. So for a lot of families, this is one of the most chaotic times of the year. Not so wonderful. So let's address a few things. So the first thing on my list that's really, really important to alleviating, I'm going to say anxiety or anxious feelings, is to always keep your behavior as the parent in check. So what are you doing to support your stress and anxiety during these times of transition? And so there's really three things. One is to get enough sleep. Parents are so sleep deprived right now, but it's amazing once you get a good night's sleep, you actually can physiologically, psychologically, you change because you're well rested. So sleep is really, really important for parents as well. Eating properly. We seem to have a problem with eating the right fruits and vegetables and really nourishing ourselves. And the second thing is, or the third thing, excuse me, is that you also need to be taking care and making sure that you are feeling balanced, that you, as the parent, are modeling to your children that these times of transition, albeit sometimes chaotic, are also a really great time to showcase to your children that you don't need to have anxiety along with transition. So for the child, the same thing applies, really, getting enough sleep. So making sure that they're on a schedule, that you start before they go back to school to get them on that schedule of getting up early and getting ready for school. The other thing that parents neglect is to see or to do or to utilize is to actually build the children into the process. I know I contributed to an article last year in the Toronto Star about this, but really build them in to be empowered in their morning routine and going back to school. And that means helping with lunches and helping with getting their backpacks ready and dressing themselves and organizing their clothes and all of that stuff, so that morning rush isn't as rush filled. Make sure your kids are getting enough sleep. Make sure that they are eating properly. Get them into a really great food consumption kind of thing. Because during the summer months, we are busy and we're eating foods that we normally don't eat. Like popsicles, things that have sugars and things like that. So get them back into the routine of eating healthy. And the last thing that I really, really encourage, because I'm a big proponent um, of relaxing and meditation, is to really, 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 really set up a space in your house that's just a chill space. So when anybody's feeling overwhelmed, a little bit anxious, that you've got a space that's an agreed upon space in your house, wherever that is. Heck, it can be a closet. I'm just kidding about a closet, but that would be kind of cool, where they can go and relax and just take a couple of minutes and just breathe. And there's no electronics, there's no games, there's no There's no television. It's just a space where they can go and just sit or read, do quiet activities. So those are some tips that I have for alleviating and eliminating, that back to school anxiety. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, or if you'd like some more information, it's Laurel at Optimum, OPTI-MOM.ca. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.